Hi, welcome back to Minecraft. In the last episode I did some work on my base, and in this episode I want to do some building out here, and today I want to build a mine. On the screen now I've put the map that I showed a few episodes ago, and outlined in purple you can see the mines area. Eventually I will have a few more things around here, but today I will be focusing on a copper mine. But before I get to that, I've travelled south to get to the nearest village, and all I want to do here for now is to keep the villagers safe, which means collecting up all the beds, moving them to one house. Then once I have all the beds in one house, I can ring this bell and all the villagers nearby will go to the beds. Then I'm just going to look around to see if there are any others nearby. Now that they're mostly all here, I'm going to block them off so nothing can get in and they can't get out. Now back to the mine. So for this I will be digging a big hole all the way down to Y46, which is the layer that copper is the most common. And as I do this I will slowly be tapering it in until I get to the bottom. Anyway, instead of talking, I'm going to get on with digging in the form of a time-lapse. And here we are at Y46. So this here is going to be the entrance to the mine, and I'm not actually going to be working on this today. Instead, I have a few other things I want to finish building above ground. So the first challenge is actually getting out of here. What I have been doing is relying on my somewhat non-existent parkour skills to climb out of here. And there we go, finally made it to the top. As you can see here, there is a lot of granite, diorite and coal scattered around, and I want to replace all of that with either cobblestone or andesite. So I do already have a bit of cobblestone in here, as you can see, but these are just small patches and I want a bit more as well. Well, looks like someone wants to go mining. Anyway, I've now finished cleaning up, so there is only cobblestone and andesite left. Now what I'm going to do is build a crane because there needs to be some way of getting the ore out of here. So I've collected up some spruce wood and I'm going to start building the crane by first building up a frame, so 4 legs with various connections between them. And now I've got the frame done. So I do want some way to get up to the top, and I'll need to make a ladder, which it needs to have some sort of drop down, so I'll be using a stair and then a trapdoor to support the ladder for that. Anyway, back up the top, I'm adding one more layer, this time with the back covered and the front open, and the 2 sides will be mostly covered. And then finally adding a slightly sloped roof. Now it's time to build out the crane arm. So this is going to have a slope of 2 across and 1 up. And I'm using stairs to make a smoother diagonal. Above this I want to have some fences and then repeat the same thing on top. So now that the arm's done, the next thing I need to do is add something to the end of it. To do that, I'll pillar up from the bottom and then build a tray sort of thing to hold the ore. So I've crafted some raw copper blocks to fill this up with. Then all I need to do is connect these fences here in the corners up and then join this to the top. So one final part of the crane is to add a counterweight to the back. So firstly I need to make something to hold it. And then I'm filling it up with cobblestone, because that seems something like you would put in a counterweight. And there it is. So far we've got a large hole with the entrance to the copper mine at the bottom. Then going up we have a basket holding some copper that is then being held by this crane. So the final thing I want to do this episode is to connect this up to everything else. And by that I mean build a path. And because this is on stone, it's going to be slightly different from the grass paths. I'm going to be using cobblestone, andesite, dirt, and coarse dirt. So I'm going to spend a bit of time connecting this path up to the crane. And there we go. I did find having just a single layer of random blocks a little boring, so I added in some height variation with some slabs and stairs, which makes it look so much better. Anyway, I did say that that was the last thing, but I did just realize that there's still no way down to the mine. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that now with a quick time lapse. So that is it for this episode. In the next one, I want to add a few more farms to this farming area, as well as start working on the actual copper mine. So I hope to see you then. But anyway, that is all for this one, and I'll see you in the next one.